So, a year ago, we were travelling in Tenerife, much like we've been travelling in Tenerife this year. We were essentially doing exactly the same thing as we've been doing over the last few months, travelling around, having a nice time, spending a lot of time together as a family, and yeah, just generally having a great time. Almost exactly a year ago to the day, we were in Tenerife. My mum and stepdad had come to visit us, and obviously we were enjoying time together as a family and just having a really nice week. One particular day, the rest of those guys were down at the beach, just sort of enjoying the sunshine and enjoying the nice weather, and I was sat up in the van doing a bit of work. And that was when I got a text from a friend back in Sweden with some bad news. He, in the end, told me that a mutual friend of ours, and actually probably my closest friend or one of my very closest friends in Sweden, had taken his own life. I don't know whether any of you guys have ever experienced something like that, this sort of sudden grief where something's come so unexpectedly and so out of the blue, but it sort of pulls you out of reality in some weird way. It like drags you away from whatever it is you're doing, and you sort of have this weird like outer body experience in a way, just like absolutely dumbfounded, like completely gobsmacked, and just sort of in this weird like limbo. Nick was he was a bright spark, to say the least. He was universally loved by everybody who met him. I don't think there was anybody on the planet who'd ever met Nick who didn't absolutely love the guy. He was such a character. He was the most warm, giving, caring, thoughtful, compassionate lad you could imagine. But the thing that sticks out to most people about Nick is the fact that he was always cracking jokes. He was always the clown. He was always the one at the centre, making jokes, making everybody laugh. But he was also a character that listened. He wasn't one of these people who was waiting for his turn to talk. Do you know what I mean? When you're in a conversation with somebody and you can tell that they're just waiting for their turn. He wasn't like that. He was somebody who listened so genuinely. And I love that characteristic about people. And he was the absolute pinnacle of that. It's going to be a new adventure, eh, kids?
Yeah. We're going on the ferry.
We're going on the ferry.
It feels like we're going to use this island forever.
It feels a bit like that, doesn't it? Yeah. And that's a little bit sad and a little bit happy.
Yeah.
Because we get to move on to new adventures, don't we, eh?
Most happy.
Mostly happy.
Yeah.
Mostly exciting.
Yeah.
And mostly looking forward to seeing friends and family, aren't we? Yeah. And the ferry's going to be fun too.
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun!
Yes.
Well, these guys think it's going to be fun anyway.
Yeah. It'll be good. It'll be good.
We'll be alright. 36 hours and it'll be over.
Yeah. Much rather to stay on this beach, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Feels a bit sad to be leaving Las Teresitas.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye to the palm trees.
And hello to England and rain.
England in April!
Yay. No, it sounds like we're not excited at all. We're really excited to go and see friends and family. But I'm not excited about leaving this weather for that weather.
No, exactly. And also somebody kindly commented on our last video to say, actually, the weather in England has been really good. It's been 14 degrees.
14. What was it last night? It was 19. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put a jumper on. I'm quite
It's a bit
cold.
chilly. 19 in the evenings and 24 in the days. It's going to be a shock to the system.
Oh, don't.
Let's say that.
Start. Don't even start.
But let's not think about it too much.
No.
On to new adventures. We're going to have
the ferry.
We're going to have a fun time.
It'd be good. We've got loads of mates going on the ferry, so it'd be nice.
Yeah, we're a few Swedes, aren't we?
Yeah.
So it'd be good. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it.
Stalling down.
No. I don't know if you caught that. Is Starlink down? No. It's the one thing that we always forget. And it's also the most dangerous, because if we drive off with it, then it's going to fly off.
Bye-bye.
Take Starling down. Let's try again. It's like every other time we get in the van ready to drive.
Yeah.
Like, did you Starling? Oh yeah. But we normally catch it before we drive off at least.
Last time we drove off from here, we left our chairs.
Oh yeah.
They were under the van.
Yeah. Luckily
we drove off.
Yeah. Luckily we just met some of the Swedes that managed to find us on Instagram.
Yeah, they were like 2 cars behind us, and they were like, "Hey, you left without your chairs. They're in our van now. Just let us know."
It's good. It's nice to meet people on the road at least, because people look out for you and your camping chairs.
Bye bye, beach life.
Bye bye Las Terrasitas. Bye bye island life. Bye bye. Yeah, lots of fun things. He wasn't without his issues. Nick suffered from a myriad of mental health issues for as long as I knew him. He suffered with ADHD, among other things, and generally sort of just went in and out of his mental health challenges and his mental health issues and whatever. Sometimes when I met him, they were more obvious that he was struggling, and some of the times that I met him, it was less obvious. He wore all of his challenges and all of his issues and all of his sort of downfalls on his sleeve, and never really made any effort to sort of hide any of his struggles or anything that he was going through. Or at least that's how it seemed. Now, when you look back, you realise that actually he was probably struggling more and more behind the scenes than what he let on when you met him in person. And that's the sort of thing that opens your eyes when you really start thinking about that. You start thinking about how many people there are around who are going through the same thing as what Nick was going through. How many people are putting on a mask and putting on a brave face, and then behind closed doors are really, really struggling with something. It seems to me, as you read around and you listen to people's stories and you find stories of people struggling with mental health and whatever, that it's more and more prominent, that there seems to be more and more people struggling. And whether that's the case or whether people are just starting to speak a little bit more openly about it, who knows? But it seems to be everywhere that you look, there's somebody else that's struggling. But it's obviously a thing that needs speaking about more. I think it's really important that we start normalising mental health. I've talked about this quite a lot on our channel, but for me, mental health is as important, if not in some ways more important, as physical health. If you have pain in your back, or if you've hurt yourself in some way, or you've broke your leg or whatever, you go to the doctor. If you're struggling with mental health, you don't quite think of that in the same way. You don't think, I have something that's not working, I have something that's not functioning properly, so I need to go and get looked at. There's so many people that sort of just power through it. They just go, I'll be all right, I'll be fine. And that's the exact sort of person that Nick was. I'll be fine. Be right, he used to say. Like, be right, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me, I'll be all right. But in the end, it catches up to you. And in some cases, you're really not all right. So for me, I think it's a really important thing that we start to talk about it a bit more openly. We start to normalise it. We start to say, hey, if you're struggling, go and ask for help. It's not a problem. It's exactly how it should be. You should ask for help if you need it. The same way that you would feel confident going to the doctors if you had pain in your back, for example. And that's something that I find really important. That's why I think it's important to talk about these things.
I do actually feel a bit sad this time leaving. I can't remember feeling like this last year. Maybe we did, I don't know. I can't remember it. But this year it feels, I think it's because we know that we're not coming back in this way. Like, maybe we'll come to Tenerife at some point, but not with the van. But
I think we probably did feel like this last time, a little bit. But we also knew that we'd probably be doing something similar again this year.
Yeah.
Which we have done. Now it feels a bit different, because like you said, you're leaving it behind maybe forever sort of thing.
Yeah.
In one way.
Like, I don't doubt that we're gonna go like this on Charlie's summer holidays, like summer breaks. But it would surprise me if we came to Tenerife again.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not really what you do when you got 10 weeks off or 9 weeks off or whatever it is.
Portugal is doable.
Maybe Italy.
Yeah.
Maybe things like that, but not Tenerife. We've had a good time.
We've had a great time. That's what how we got to think of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've had a great time.
Also, probably it's time to leave when you pressed the button too many times, so we don't got any anymore.
I know, I pressed it so hard that it disappeared into the console.
It's I don't even know what it's called.
It's my button that allows Sunny to drive up hills.
Yeah.
So when it's steep hills, it basically changes the way that the van changes gear, makes the gears lower and stuff. And I ain't got that anymore. So we need to leave Spain. We need to get out of Spain because it's Spain. This is my Spain button.
We can't drive in the mountains anymore.
No.
Well, you did manage to put your finger in and press the button inside yesterday.
To turn it off, yeah. Because it's better that it's off than on all the time. So, but yeah, it's long gone, that is.
Yeah, very aggressive pressing on that button.
I didn't even think I was being that aggressive, but I obviously was. The amount of times I've pressed that button, it must have been a really steep hill, and I was like, ah! One button that is working though, thankfully, is the aircon button.
Yeah, don't press that too hard, mate.
No, I'm being gentle with that one.
Well,
that's extremely important.
Yeah, today, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, no. Yeah, maybe tomorrow, because they have got nice weather in Spain at the moment as well.
Yeah,
so.
true.
We got a few extra days.
Yeah. Always feels like it don't really make sense when you're doing things like this, especially in Spain.
You've never got any idea where you're going.
No, it's never like marked up in a good way or no signs or anything.
And you don't even get an email to be like, here's where you're going.
No, it's just like guess.
Yeah, like I can remember when we went from Portsmouth in England, you got an email with a Google Maps link.
Yeah.
Like, here is where you go to check in, this is the border control. And it was so easy, you just put it in Google Maps and you're there.
Yeah.
In Spain it's like, yeah, you just go to the port. Yeah, but the port's 25 kilometres big. Like, where at the port? It's like driving until you find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You find it.
It's a funny way to do it.
Fun.
But it's always an adventure, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's never boring. That's the thing. I am somebody who's struggled a little bit on and off with mental health throughout adulthood. It's not really something that I've ever talked about, but it's also not really something that I necessarily feel like I need to hide. For us, going through something that we've been through, such as the cancer battle, it's changed my entire perspective on mental health. It's made me realise how people might be suffering behind the scenes without you necessarily being able to see it. The amount of times that I stood in line at the supermarket, surrounded by people, thinking, none of these people have any idea what I'm going through. Like, this is obviously while Malin was in the heart of her cancer treatment and stuff like that, and we were really, really struggling as a family. The amount of times I looked around and thought, like, you have no idea, nobody has any idea what's going on. And the same the other way around, I have no idea what any of these people are going through or struggling with or whatever. And the realisation that I got from that was that we have to cut each other a bit of slack. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes in people's lives. And mental health struggles are often at the top of that list. I feel like as a family, our mental health goes very up and down, but I feel like it's going in the right direction, and I think it's nice to see progress. 2 years ago, almost to the day, Malin was getting ready for her second major operation, and 2 years is really not a long time when you think about stuff. In a lot of ways, it feels like we haven't even really started healing from it in some weird way. Like, I guess we have, but in some ways it still feels so raw, and it feels like we've still got so much to sort of unpack and go through. And some days I wake up feeling like nothing's ever happened, like life's just rosy and let's go outside and enjoy the sun. And some days I wake up feeling like I'm right back there 2 years ago, waking up next to Malin, who was in the middle of a chemo treatment and in the worst shape of her life. So I think there's still quite a lot there to unpack and still quite a lot there to go through and to process and whatever. But steps in the right direction, definitely, for all of us, I think. Cool that we parked right behind Victor.
Yes!
Hejsan! Sitter du i framsätet? Får man göra det som barn? Får man det? Är ni taggade? Mest taggade på pannkakorna kanske? Eller? Jag har inget gosedjur, kan jag få låna er ibland då? Ifall jag inte kan sova, kanske jag kan få låna den.
Var den där?
Kanske. Nej! Då kommer inte jag kunna sova gott ju.
There were a few Swedish buddies on this ferry, so we'll see. If it's not too bad of a crossing, then maybe we'll meet up with a couple of them.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It might not happen.
No. We got Julia and Jesper, who's been on Fuerteventura for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to see them and see what they've got to say about that island. They're also from Norrköping, which is funny.
Small world,
yeah.
that, isn't it?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes. What is the best way going on the ferry?
Playing.
Playing on the ferry. Or are you going to play with?
Mario, Uno, and Frozen What?
Ah, that's good.
Maybe a whole day.
Maybe the whole day. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Hey.
Who's this cool lady? Oh, is it you? I didn't recognize you there. Alright, so when we got here, Victor said that he had spoke to somebody who said you get to drive on within 30 minutes. That's about 45 minutes ago now. So we very quickly did some burgers and ate. But now it's about 45 minutes since they said you get to drive on in 30. So I think it's Spanish 30 minutes. Well, oh, actually now it does look like we are moving. Oh, I spoke too soon. Maybe it's just 15 minutes late. That's not bad, is it? Like an hour and 15 early. That's never happened, is it? Has it?
Crazy.
Last year when we were here a bit early, they yelled at us because we were parked too early.
Yeah, we were here too early,
Yeah.
weren't we? So being back in Tenerife and being back pretty much on the exact same gravel parking as we were when I found out about Nick, obviously brought back some weird sort of feelings and weird thoughts and whatever. I remember feeling it last year that it was going to feel very, very empty to head back to Sweden and not see Nick. Nick would have been he would have been very high up on the list of people to go and meet, to go and see when we got back. And obviously that's a really empty feeling, the fact that he's not going to be there. And then obviously with the fact that me and Malin are getting married in the summer is also a bit of a weird feeling that he's not going to be there. Nick was a phenomenal musician and had agreed to play at our wedding when we finally got married. So the fact that he's not going to be there, it just feels really weird and empty. But I guess these are all feelings that are just, they're going to be there. They're going to be there, and it's something that you just have to sort of acknowledge and work towards not letting them take over your life, I guess. I feel like it's probably all a process of grief, and it's just how it is. It's obviously an odd feeling saying goodbye in a way. It feels like this time leaving Tenerife, it feels like saying goodbye in a different way. We're saying goodbye to this lifestyle that we've lived, we're saying goodbye to this chapter, and it does feel like I'm saying goodbye to Nick in a weird way. But with those thoughts and feelings comes the next chapter, and all you can hope for is the best. But one thing that I just want to leave you with is, if you are struggling, then please reach out. Don't suffer in silence. There's no need for it. There's absolutely no need for it nowadays. Reach out, ask for help, reach out to a friend or a family member or whatever, and just say, hey, like, I'm having a bit of a hard time. Like, do you want to chat? There's nothing taboo about it anymore. Just reach out. And if you don't feel like you've got anybody that you can reach out to, there's plenty of organisations and stuff like that you can ask for help from. I know in the UK there's Andy's Man Club, which is doing fantastic things, and I'm sure there's plenty in the US and all over the world as well. So there's no excuse. Reach out, ask for help if you feel like you need it. And then maybe for everybody else, think about reaching out to a friend that you've not talked to in a little while. There you go, that's your homework for this week. Send an extra little text message to somebody who you've not spoken to in a little while, because you never know who might need it. So there you go, do us a little favour and send a friend a message this week. Show us around the room before we go for a walk.
Yes. Water. Bed.
Beds. Bed on the wall, another bed on the wall.
Yeah.
Papa. Mama. Charlie and Bella. Is everybody excited?
Yes.
We've been in the room for about 7 minutes, and we're bored, so we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna go. Spirit Level. Yeah, that's the name of your lizard, isn't it? Spirit Level, the lizard. So we're gonna go for a little walk and try and burn off a bit of energy before bedtime. Say bye-bye, Tenerife.
Bye, Tenerife.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, the sea. Amazing view, that, isn't it?
I know.
So nice.
I know. Soon I think we're going to see Teresitas, where we were just parked.
Where we were this morning, yeah. Look at that, through the mountains and everything. It looks wicked, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks amazing,
Hey, how cool is it that we've got friends on the ferry?
Super good.
Loads of mates. How many Swedish people was on the ferry?
Yeah.
Loads of Swedes.
Jag ihåg dig väldigt hårt.
High tech.
I know.
Not going to tell her that this ferry's Greek. Morning.
Morning.
How did you sleep?
All right.
Yeah,
All
not
right.
too bad, surprisingly. Smooth sailing.
Yeah, it is.
Really nice that it's not too wavy
Yeah.
at the moment, touch wood.
Sure, yeah.
Because we've had some bad experiences, haven't we?
Yeah, it would be nice if you stayed like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel bad at all now.
No. Let's go for some breakfast, see what they're serving up today. Nice. Not too bad. Grumpy.
Men får jag smaka
Look at that grumpy face.
Not that bad.
Why are you grumpy?
Because there's no small spoons for the cereal.
Is life good again? Are you happy now? Because you got a small spoon. Woo, you little monkey.
It's so funny. She's so grumpy, and now she got a small spoon, she's like dancing when she's eating. Lovely.
Let's enjoy the nice outdoors.
The sun is almost coming through though.
Almost.
You can almost.
Almost do that. What do you think? Cold? Windy?
You want to go back inside? Arrived. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Our time. 7 o'clock. Spain time.
7 o'clock Spain time. Yeah. Quite a nice time to arrive, really.
Yeah, it is.
Got the whole day ahead of us.
Mr. I'm always awake early. It's not like this. Early start.
That one's still fast asleep. Let's get waking everybody up and get off.
There we are.
Everybody ready to go? Should we go and find the van? Let's go and find our big fat sunny divan.
How many dummies do you got, Bella?
5.
5?
Show us. You got 5 dummies? You little dummy collector. Wow, that's nice. Looks like we're not going to be waiting. That's a bonus, that is. People are already going down to the cars and stuff. Last time we were on a ferry, when we got to Tenerife, we were sat waiting around for like 2 hours at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's a nice bonus to go straight down to the van. Plus, we're parked the very first van now. So we're going to be the very first one off the ferry, which is really nice. No waiting around at all for us, I don't think. Okay, then we need to go and find somewhere to park.
Yeah.
Safe, where we can get picked up.
Right.
They said that they can't get us in to diagnose the problem within a month. So it's a month wait just to diagnose the problem. It's not possible to do that. We can't live at a depot for a month. There's basically 3 options. It's either we leave Sonny here and fly to England, we leave Sonny here and fly to Sweden and just skip England, or